Greetings, y'all. I recently did a video about seniors staying home as they get a little bit older, they get comfortable cocooning in their apartment or their home, because, all your stuff is here and you get comfortable. And I got a lot of responses to that video. And someone pointed out to me that in some cases, seniors stay home because of issues with mobility, which makes sense. I totally get that. I thought about my mother recently who passed in her 90s. And up until then, she pretty much lived alone for decades. And she had 3 walkers, one that was a little bit too high. We couldn't figure out how to adjust it. Another one that I think is a problem with the seat. And the third one is the one that she really liked. It was a total Goldilocks situation. In any case, as often as not, when I would go to visit her, she would greet me at the door holding onto the wall. And usually I would ask her, well, where are the walkers? And she'd say, oh, there's one here, there's one there. But she felt it was an accomplishment to get to the door without having to use the walker. Clearly that meant she needed the walker. But, even as an adult, you learn not to argue with your mother. Resistance is futile. I just gave up on that. But I totally get it. And I actually don't need walkers, but I do have 3 walking implements, instruments, whatever, 2 canes and a walking stick. I was going to the doctor one day and I was really kind of wobbly, so I bought a collapsible cane just in case I needed it on the way. Fast forward many months later, and I was going to meet my daughter somewhere. I was on the train, I got a sudden wave of vertigo. And by the time I got off the train, the world was kind of tilted. So when I got to the station, my daughter was there. Bless her soul, she ran all over the neighborhood and got me another collapsible cane because I didn't carry the one I had with me. And the vertigo passed fairly soon. I was able to get home. I was glad to have that cane just in case. And this one is actually a walking stick that I bought from an African goods store in Brooklyn maybe 30 years ago. And I didn't need it. I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. And has definitely come in handy over the years. This was part of the elephant's tail, but it was a little thin piece of wood. And I dropped the cane. It broke off, and I meant to glue it back. Never got around to it, and I've lost the piece since then. But the rest of it is very sturdy. Very sturdy. This thing could be a weapon. And I like to call this my pain cane, because if I need to carry something, like say for a temporary injury, like my foot or my knee or something, then I would carry this one, because it makes me feel like a little bit less like an old lady and more like, I don't know, Bat Masterson. If you don't know who Bat Masterson is, you are way too young to be looking at this channel, so scram or look him up. In any case, the whole point is, it's not the fall that gets you, it's what you hit on the way down or how you land. And so let's not do that, okay? If you need something, get something, okay? None of us getting any younger. And, it doesn't have to be an old lady or old person cane. You can dress it up or bedazzle it or whatever, or get a nice, cool walking stick or whatever. But be safe. That's the most important thing. Okay, we are in our 70s. We're trying to make it to our 80s. So let's do that. Okay.